My aha, my aha moment from today, as I was leaving my house at 8 o'clock in the morning on my bike, and I noticed the sky. And I'm always one who's like, look at the sky. And I've had a few comments from people in the past saying, yeah, the sky's always there. What's the big deal? But I've always appreciated the subtle nuances of the sky in different parts of the world and in different parts of this country. So I love the sky, and especially the desert sky. I swear it's bigger. Like in New Mexico, the sky is bigger. And then here over the ocean, we have these amazing cloud patterns that come through every once in a while. And this morning was one of them. And the colors. So it dawned on me as I was pedaling, and I always have these revelations as my feet begin to pedal, the very first pedal strokes on my bike of the day. That the critical question, because I'm thinking Success 3.0, because in a few days I'm going down to Texas for the board meeting for Center for Integral Wisdom. And it's such a profound question to define your own success, because that's such a prevailing cultural myth right now. It's almost the myth that's replaced, the central faith myths of old cultures. Success, or the idea of success, the image of success, the myth of success, is a central organizing myth of our culture. And my realization is Success 3.0 requires each of us to define our own personal, specific, felt definition of success. So what popped into my head this morning was success is whatever it takes for me to look at the sky and really see the sky every day and say, wow. Period. And it was this realization that all these other strategies that I've been doing, running around, just doing a lot in the outer world, or, praying at the altar of my computer, waking up and having a list of computer tasks to do, or other rituals, and I have a long list of practices that have helped me come back to, whatever center, or creativity, or flow. My heart, my feelings immediately respond to being outside, really seeing the sky, taking it in, appreciating it, and then being here amongst the trees. It's like I find myself, as I've really committed and recommitted to how I really start my day, again, not praying at the altar of ideas and concepts in the thought world, but my place of sacred connection here in nature, I see that is success. So whatever else has to rearrange itself around that central core, there's infinite possibilities that can enable me to have that heart commitment every day. That's my success. So what it gives me is this very central organizing principle and an activity and a feeling, really important, around which everything else sort of clicks into place. Because my experience is when I do this for myself, everything else flows from my day. I don't go home and wonder what I'm supposed to do. There's no questions. My heart has the answers. I love this quote that the heart has no questions, it has only answers. If the mind has questions, the heart has answers, only answers. And so coming into your heart, and that's, everyone has their own journey, many, many paths to come to your true heart experience, which the guidance of when our heart is speaking, it is specific, it's personal, and it has feeling. For the person speaking it. So it doesn't matter what anyone else is experiencing. They will. When it has those, it touches every other heart. But to touch it in yourself, experience for yourself specificity, feeling, and being personal. And all three of those come together in a vibrational pattern. And I love that it's a recommitment. So success is not a static job definition amount of something. It's whatever it takes in that moment as I recommit to my heart's highest choice. So I'm made new every day. Every time I come out on this bike ride, whatever I started with is completely transformed by the time I go back to that same geographical place of my home at the end of this. And like I said, usually when I take those first few pedal strokes, it starts. It's that quick. And then I stay committed to it, and I keep my feet moving, and I stay in this environment of hearing the birds and being among the trees, and everything is transforming. So that's the recommitment. It's when I stay with myself as I'm in my heart. There's a constant reorganization and transformation and commitment. And if I remain connected to personal specific feeling, I am my heart's choice in that moment. And what's coming from the outside and what cranks down on that. So why don't we organize our lives around a heart-centered feeling and principle and experience like that? So we have these thought forms that come in like, oh, you got to pay the bills. You know, that's a really common one that's like everyone can agree with that in social conversation because we have that thought form that loves to stay alive by being believed in. So we can all, oh yeah, got to do that. But none of us, we all know that's not our heart speaking. It's something we've agreed to believe in, and therefore we've agreed to organize our lives around that. And to say, no, that's not my heart's choice, that's a thought form, is very courageous because it directly threatens the illusion that so many of us have unconsciously or consciously agreed to, and have many justifications and will prove that it's true. So this trusting the heart really requires also discerning where the intruders are. So the intruder is the illusion in that moment, or the agreement with the illusion, versus agreement with your heart's highest choice. So if I wake up in the morning and say, in order to pay the bills, I got to get on the email and start going through that stuff. I got to do this. I gotta. I can't go do that. Which, by the way, that thought pattern, gotta and can't, is a disease thought pattern. And the antidote is I am and I can. So that brings us back physiologically to a state of personal, specific feeling that then can be filled in with more specificity, more feeling, more personal, more heart alignment. And when I wake up in the morning and say, I serve my heart's choice first, and I get on my bike and come here and I dare to spend a couple hours in the trees before I start to do, I'm already realigning my DNA. My cellular physiology is completely different. And I felt that, and yes, it is a daily recommitment to not believe the thought forms and recommit to my heart. It is daily. It's moment to moment. It's every single morning I am made new. And even if the physical outer habit of biking becomes automatic, it's not the same if I haven't recommitted in my consciousness to my heart specific feeling choice that moment, that day when I'm made new. So the conscious recommitment is so important. And recognizing what I'm believing in. What thought form am I believing in? Am I using right and wrong, good and evil thinking? Which is another intruder to the heart's highest choice. That doesn't work. If I make it wrong to have to pay the bills versus I see that I'm believing I need to pay the bills. And is it true that that needs to be the governing principle from the first moment I wake up in the morning? Or can it be something that is in this success matrix of whatever it takes to honor my heart's highest choice? That paying the bills is going to be part of what is fulfilled in the outcome of living from my heart's highest choice fulfilled. So the other aspect is allowing feelings to come in and recognizing if I'm touching and avoiding or not willing to touch a feeling. That is information that when I can love more fully, touch, stay, feel, breathe, love more fully, that feeling, there's information that will come up and become incorporated into my heart's highest choice for me and reveal more of my success picture to serve more of my heart's highest choice. So that's my summary of what I'm realizing about success and how each of us is charged with finding it for ourselves and it really is about coming out of the slavery of the thought forms and into serving what is already in your heart as feeling specificity and personal choice of the heart. So I'm going to go look at the sky.